Affectionate.
Feeling or showing love and affection.
You were lucky to have such affectionate parents. Afraid.
Feeling fear.
I don't like tall buildings because I'm afraid of heights. Aghast.
Filled with horror or shock.
She winced, aghast at his cruelty. Agitated.
Worried or upset.
She became very agitated when her son failed to return home. Alone.
Lonely and unhappy or without any friends.
I've been so alone since you went away. Amazed.
Very surprised.
You'd be amazed how much money you can save. Amused.
Thinking that somebody or something is funny, so that you smile or laugh.
She seemed greatly amused by his jokes. Angry.
Having strong feelings about something that you dislike very much or about an unfair situation.
The workers are angry that they haven't been paid for the week. Annoyed.
Slightly angry.
I'll be annoyed if we don't finish by 8. Antsy.
Impatient and unable to keep still.
It was a long drive, and the children started to get antsy. Anxious.
Worried and nervous.
The drought has made farmers anxious about the harvest. Appalled.
Offended or shocked very much by something, because it is extremely unpleasant or bad.
I was appalled by his arrogant attitude. Astonished.
Very surprised.
He was astonished to learn he'd won the competition. Astounded.
Feeling or showing great surprise or wonder.
We were astounded to discover a valuable painting in the attic. Awful.
Used for emphasizing how unpleasant someone or something is.
These awful people behind us talked all through the film. Baffled.
Filled with bewilderment.
I'm baffled and I don't travel well in the state of confusion. Bashful.
Shy and easily embarrassed.
Women should also remember that many men are bashful about discussing their feelings out in the open. Blue.
Feeling or showing sadness.
He's been a bit blue since he failed his exams. Bored.
Feeling tired and unhappy because something is not interesting or because you have nothing to do.
I was so bored that I slept through the second half of the film. Bothered.
Worried or upset.
They were an hour late, and she didn't seem at all bothered. Bouncy.
Lively, exuberant, or self-confident.
She was bouncy and full of energy. Brooding.
Showing deep unhappiness of thought.
There's no point brooding over it, she's gone. Caring.
Kind, helpful, and sympathetic towards other people.
John was a caring and loving father. Centered.
Emotionally healthy and calm.
She struggled with depression for years, but she's more centered now and able to live a full life. Compassed.
Seeming calm and not upset or angry.
He appeared very compassed despite the stress he was under. Confident.
Having a feeling or belief that you can do something well or succeed at something.
I am confident about my ability to do the job. Confused.
Feeling or exhibiting an inability to understand.
Now I'm totally confused. Can you explain that again? Contented.
Showing or feeling happiness or satisfaction, especially because your life is good.
She felt peaceful and contented. Courageous.
Very brave.
I hope people will be courageous enough to speak out against this injustice. Cross.
Annoyed or angry.
My dad gets cross if I leave the kitchen in a mess. Curious.
Having a desire to learn or know more about something or someone.
They were curious to find out who won the game. Dejected.
Unhappy and disappointed.
She looked so dejected when she lost the game. Delighted.
Very pleased and happy.
The children were especially delighted that there were enough cookies for each of them to have too. Demoralized.
Having lost your confidence, enthusiasm, and hope.
After the game, the players were tired and demoralized. Depressed.
Unhappy and without hope for the future.
She became deeply depressed when her husband died. Determined.
Wanting to do something very much and not allowing anyone or any difficulties to stop you.
I'm determined to get this piece of work finished today. Devoted.
Having strong love or loyalty for something or someone.
Today, 50 years on and 3 children later, the couple are still devoted to one another. Disappointed.
Unhappy because someone or something was not as good as you hoped or expected.
She was disappointed to see her essay returned with a mass of corrections in red ink. Disgusted.
Feeling extreme dislike or disapproval of something.
Anne was disgusted when she saw the dirty hotel room. Dismayed.
Worried, disappointed, and upset when something unpleasant happens.
I was dismayed to discover that he'd lied. Disturbed.
Worried or upset.
I'm disturbed that so many of the students appear to be illiterate. Doubtful.
Uncertain or unsure about something.
I tried to reassure them, but they remain doubtful. Down.
Unhappy.
He's been really down ever since he got divorced. Downhearted.
Unhappy and having no hope, especially because of a disappointment or failure.
When no job offers came, I began to feel downhearted. Eager.
Wanting very much to do or have something, especially something interesting or enjoyable.
Sam was eager to get home and play with his new toy. Embarrassed.
Feeling uncomfortable or nervous and worrying about what people think of you.
I felt embarrassed about how untidy the house was. Energetic.
Having or needing a lot of energy and enthusiasm.
He knew I was energetic and dynamic and would get things done. Excited.
Feeling or showing happiness and enthusiasm.
The children were excited about opening their presents. Exhausted.
Very tired.
The children were exhausted after their day at the beach. Exhilarated.
Very excited and happy.
Landing the perfect job can make you feel exhilarated. Flustered.
Upset or nervous.
If I look flustered, it's because I'm trying to do about 20 things at once. Focused.
Paying careful attention to what you are doing in a way that shows you are determined to succeed.
I've got to stay focused if I want to win this competition. Foggy.
Not clearly remembered or understood.
I don't remember what her name was, my memory is a little foggy. Fragile.
If someone feels fragile, they feel weak, for example, because they are ill or have drunk too much alcohol.
He felt irritated and strangely fragile, as if he were recovering from a severe bout of flu. Frightened.
Feeling afraid.
I'm frightened of walking home alone in the dark. Frustrated.
Feeling annoyed or less confident because you cannot achieve what you want.
He gets frustrated when people don't understand what he's trying to say. Furious.
Extremely angry.
He was so furious about the accusations and the letter that he threatened to sue. Glad.
Pleased and happy.
We were glad about her success. Grateful.
Showing or expressing thanks, especially to another person.
I'm so grateful for all your help. Guilty.
Feeling very ashamed and sad because you know that you have done something wrong.
I feel really guilty at forgetting her birthday again. Happy.
Feeling, showing or causing pleasure or satisfaction.
What a wonderful opportunity. I'm so happy for you. Heartbroken.
Suffering from overwhelming distress.
Amy was heartbroken when her puppy was lost. Hesitant.
Slow to act or speak, especially because you are nervous or unsure about what to do.
You seemed a bit hesitant about recommending that restaurant. Is something wrong with it? Hopeful.
Believing that something you want will happen.
I feel hopeful that we'll find a suitable house very soon. Horrified.
Very shocked or frightened.
I was horrified to hear of his death. Humiliated.
Describe someone who has been made to feel ashamed or stupid.
Parents are humiliated if their children behave badly when guests are present. Hysterical.
Behaving in an uncontrolled way because you are extremely excited, afraid, or upset.
Janet became hysterical and began screaming. Incredulous.
Showing that you find something hard to believe.
Most people are incredulous of stories about flying saucers. Indignant.
Feeling or showing anger and surprise because you think that you have been treated unfairly.
She became rather indignant over suggestions that she had lied. Insecure.
Not confident about yourself.
I feel shy and insecure around strangers. Interested.
Giving a lot of attention to something because you want to find out more about it, or because you enjoy it.
My neighbor is interested in astronomy and bought a small telescope. Irritated.
Annoyed or impatient about something.
I was irritated by their stupid questions. Jealous.
Unhappy and angry because someone has something or someone you want, or because you think they might take something or someone that you love away from you.
He gets really jealous if his girlfriend strikes up a friendship with another man. Joyful.
Very happy.
I have never been so joyful, free and peaceful as I am now. Loath.
Not wanting or willing to do something.
She was loath to admit her mistakes. Lonely.
Unhappy because you are not with other people.
She gets lonely now that all the kids have left home. Loving.
Behaving in a way that shows you love someone.
He came from a warm and loving family. Mad.
Very angry.
She was mad at me for being late. Mellow.
Relaxed, calm and happy, especially after drinking alcohol.
She poured him another glass of brandy to keep him in a mellow mood. Mirthful.
Merry or amusing.
Her funny costume caused much mirthful laughter among the guests. Miserable.
Very unhappy.
My boss is making my life thoroughly miserable with her constant demands and criticism. Nervous.
Worried or frightened about something and unable to relax.
She was so nervous about her exams that she couldn't sleep. Optimistic.
Believing that good things will happen in the future.
She is optimistic about her chances of winning a gold medal. Outraged.
Angered at something unjust or wrong.
Customers were outraged by the price increases. Peaceful.
Calm and quiet.
The baby looks so peaceful when he's sleeping. Perky.
Happy and full of energy.
He looked perky and energetic. Playful.
Funny and not serious.
The three of us worked together excellently, elated and playful. Pleased.
Happy and satisfied.
She'll be pleased to hear that she can leave hospital tomorrow. Rejected.
Not given approval or acceptance.
Lack of family love eventually leads to children feeling lonely and rejected. Resentful.
Feeling angry and upset about something that you think is unfair.
She felt resentful at not being promoted. Restless.
Not willing or able to keep still because you are nervous, bored, or impatient.
Anna was growing restless, marching up and down the platform. Revolted.
To feel disgust or repugnance.
She was revolted by the smell of stale beer and vomit in the room. Sad.
Not happy, especially because something unpleasant has happened.
I was very sad to hear that he had died. Satisfied.
Pleased because you have got what you wanted, or because something has happened in the way that you wanted.
I don't really want a bigger house, I'm satisfied with what I've got. Scared.
Frightened or worried.
I'm scared I'll fail all my exams. Sensitive.
Easily upset by the things that people think or say about you.
He acts like a tough guy, but he's really very sensitive to criticism. Serene.
Peaceful and calm.
She looked as calm and serene as she always did. Shocked.
Very surprised and upset by something bad that happens unexpectedly.
We were deeply shocked to hear of his sudden death. Shy.
Nervous and uncomfortable with other people.
I'd love to meet her, but I'm too shy to introduce myself. Silly.
Stupid in a childish or embarrassing way.
Reading out loud may make you feel silly, but it's an easy way to catch problems you would otherwise overlook. Skeptical.
Having doubts that a claim or statement is true or that something will happen.
I am skeptical about his chances of winning. Sleepy.
Tired and ready to fall asleep.
She was still tired and sleepy when he woke her. Sneaky.
Doing things in a secret and often dishonest or unfair way.
His sneaky behavior aroused our suspicion. Soft.
Not strict, harsh, or critical enough.
If you're too soft with these kids, they'll never respect you. Startled.
Suddenly frightened or surprised by something.
I was startled to see a face suddenly appear at the window. Surprised.
Feeling or showing surprise because something has happened that you did not expect.
I've managed to fix your car for now, but don't be surprised if it breaks down again. Sympathetic.
Feeling or showing concern about someone who is in a bad situation.
She reported that since she had left hospital, her parents had been more sympathetic towards her. Tender.
Showing affection and love for someone or something.
She was tender and loving with her new child. Tense.
Nervous and worried and unable to relax.
She was very tense as she waited for the interview. Terrified.
Very frightened.
She's terrified of him and won't make a statement until we've got him banged up in the cells. Touched.
Grateful for something kind that someone has done.
I was very touched by all the cards my friends sent me when I was in hospital. Trapped.
If you feel trapped, you are in an unpleasant situation in which you lack freedom, and you feel you cannot escape from it.
He follows me everywhere, and it makes me feel so trapped. Uneasy.
If you are uneasy, you are slightly worried or uncomfortable about a particular situation.
I feel a bit uneasy about asking her to do me such a big favor. Unhappy.
Sad or not satisfied.
If you're so unhappy, why don't you change jobs? Unsettled.
Slightly worried, upset or nervous.
Children often feel unsettled if their parents divorce. Upset.
Worried, unhappy or angry.
He was very upset that you didn't reply to his letters. Vexed.
Upset or annoyed.
She was vexed that I was late. Warm.
Friendly or making someone feel comfortable and relaxed.
The Hungarian people are warm and friendly. Weepy.
Sad and likely to cry.
I just waved Peter off at the airport and was feeling a bit weepy. Withdrawn.
Shy and quiet and preferring to be alone rather than with other people.
Following her son's death, she became quiet and withdrawn and rarely went out. Wonder.
To think about something that you are not sure about and try to guess what is true, what will happen, etc.
I wonder how James is getting on. Worried.
Feeling or showing fear and concern because you think that something bad has happened or could happen.
Her parents became worried when she didn't come home by dark. Worthless.
Not important or not useful.
She was criticized so much by her employers that she began to feel worthless.